A little preview of what I'm going to say. We were happy, weren't we? Very happy.
Beyond words.
It likes it firm when it's in bed.
There's absolutely no way I'm putting that in my mouth.
Lemon.
Right, so they're doing the 3D scanning now. There's Elvis in 3D.
It's even got the colours. Got the graphics on the back as well.
Morning, welcome to a new day in Elvis, our Elddis Autoquest 155 motorhome. There's Nick. Today we are heading to a company called Calibration that got in touch with us and asked us if we would like to work with them on fitting 360-degree reversing and cameras, all that sorts of stuff to Elvis, our Elddis. And we said, yes, that would be great. And so we're going to take Elvis there right now. It's only 60 minutes away from this campsite. We're going to film some of the installation, and then one of the guys there is kindly going to take us around Peterborough.
Richard, I've been speaking to him for quite a while actually.
We've never been before.
He's one of our lodgers. And
Well, I've been to Peterborough, have you?
I've been to Peterborough Station on the way to London.
So that's going to be new for us. So we'll show you as much as we can of the installation. So we'll have a new screen inside which will replace the reversing camera that's in there already. So again, once that's all sorted, we'll show you all that and show you as much as we can.
It's not great.
It's not the best.
It's
no,
not. You can get them on eBay and things like that.
Yeah. So fingers crossed,
system.
the new one will be a lot better and it'll be great for reversing. So right, let's get this day started. We'll show you as much as we can.
You better hurry up.
We'll show you some of Peterborough as well. Oh, what about last night's sleep?
Last night's what?
Sleep.
Oh my God! I'll tell you that in a minute.
A little preview of what I'm going to say. We were happy, weren't we? Very happy.
Beyond words.
Ooh, two squirrels chasing each other.
Where's the little key box that we put his key in?
So it's just outside there. We've not had a chance to show you this site, unfortunately. It looks a very nice site. So it was called Ferry Meadow. Just popping the barrier key back in there.
Without knocking wind mirror off.
A really, really nice site. I wish we'd had more time there. And it looks like there's another one straight across.
Same one, Ferry Meadow.
Same one.
It just splits across the road.
You just have to Google that place if you ever want to come to Peterborough. It looks like lots of people use it as well. It was a very popular site. So, just excuse Google in the background. Nick needs to know where to go to. Last night's sleep.
Beyond words. I knew straight away when I climbed on the bed.
We got a new
mattress
mattress
to
if
watch the
you didn't
TV.
see.
It was solid and but firm at the same time. It was bliss.
Yeah, from the company that we use. I think it's called Custom Made Beds. I'll put some details in the description
Custom
below.
Beds.
Custom Beds. We got a mattress for our older camper van Taylor when we was making that, and it was the best, one of the best mattresses we've ever slept on.
Last December.
Yeah. So as soon as we got in here, the Elddis one was okay.
No, it wasn't.
It was all right, but it wasn't as good as this.
It was just a block of sponge, and if two people laid on it, you rolled together in the middle.
We were struggling to have good night's sleep, so we ordered this one from Custom Beds. It only took about two weeks to get here. We paid
£25 extra for expedited.
And it arrived, and last night was his first night's sleep on it, and it was absolute bliss.
And we reduced the tog on the quilt down to 7.5 as well.
So last night's sleep was just like a sleep back at the lodge. So finally we've got the bedding right. But these mattresses, they're firm. So when
I paid an extra £40 to have an orthopaedic top put on as well.
Oh, right.
So it's sponge with a hardened top, but it's moulded onto it.
So it's firm but soft. And when the other person moved, you can't feel it on the other side. And Nick said, the moment I got into bed last night, I knew, I just thought, I'm going to have a great night's sleep. And I did.
So you remember when we were in Cornwall and I said to you, Lee's going to admit.
Yeah, I admit it wasn't a right idea. It was the right decision. I didn't actually mind the Elddis one, but this one, amazing.
When you compare though, and I'm used to like the rock hardness of Taylor. It's not rock hard, it's firm, but it's enough to soak the contours of your body.
It likes it firm when it's in bed.
So they are a good company to use.
Yes, they are a very good company actually, and that's not sponsored or anything. We've paid for both mattresses. Right, so we are 14 minutes away from the company. As I say, I'm not sure what I'll be able to film, but I'll film as much as I can for if you guys want a 360-degree camera for your van, camper van, motorhome. I guess you can have it on your cars if you want, I guess. I don't know. We'll see when we get there.
So the first thing we have to do is we have to meet their chief engineer that'll tell us where he's going to go in and where we want wires and control panels and switches and what size screen and everything. So we'll film as much as that. They know we're filming, but they've asked us to film, but we'll see as much as we can get.
Right, so it's in Eagle Business Park, if you want to look it up. And here we are, so hopefully they're expecting us and waiting for us. Right, so the guys are just talking about the bike rack and where to put the cameras because we have the bikes on the back. So we've got to decide which monitor we want. We've got either 7-inch or 10-inch. He's going to show both of them so we can decide.
Well, we think we want
7-inch, but he's going to show us and then we can decide. And we've also got to decide whether we want silver cameras or black cameras.
Ideally, we want it on there rather than...
Yes. Yeah, take the mirror off, use its original stock, so everything's going to look stock. The only thing you're going to have is some monitor here. Then.
Yeah. I think that's what we'd already decided, isn't it?
I think so, but I do like the size of the... let's have a look at the other one.
10-inch, well, that wouldn't go there,
No.
there's no way. Because due to weight, it's crazy. That would go... That would need to go, and it will cover the vent a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's
a bit too much.
We've just not got enough room, have we? No. Yeah, the other one.
There's no option to put it in there, is there?
The small one.
Well, due to
the
legality,
it's going to block a lot of view. Yeah. I think we'll go with that.
Yeah.
If you get pulled over,
Yeah.
video is standard. If you've seen it, it goes under here
Oh yeah, that's absolutely fine.
because you need access to SD cards.
Yeah. So I didn't realise what was involved with this. So they're going to use a 3D scanner and a 3D printer to actually custom make the brackets for the grille at the front, and they're going to mount the reversing camera. Because of the bike rack, they're going to put it on the top of the moulding where the old camera is. So at the minute they're getting the 3D scanner to create some mouldings, and then they're going to fix the cameras on it. So we've gone round and we've chosen the colour of the camera. So we're having silver on the sides and the back, we're having black on the grille at the front, and we're going for a 7-inch mirror. It's not a mirror, the 7-inch screen, and then we have a little control box down the right hand side so you can switch the views on the camera when you're reversing. And I think he's going to tie it into the CAN bus as well, so when you put it in reverse it switches the camera onto reverse. The great thing for us about this is we're going to be able to use it as a rear view mirror, which is what we've been really missing. Taylor has a rear view mirror electrically, you just have to activate it. This one will activate based on putting it in reverse, so fingers crossed.
Right, so this is the 3D printer that the guys will print the mounts for the cameras. So they're just doing a test one here so we could see. And yes, Nick already wants to buy one.
Yep. I've already taken note of the model.
Yeah, so that is not ours, but that's what they're going to be printing off. And that is just 2 circles put together with a couple of squares.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, we don't use Autodesk or Blender or anything unless it's really complicated, and then we would. So we've just been looking at some of the 3D printing, and these guys are already well on with getting the work done. So I don't know what he's doing up there. I presume he's taking the wiring through the roof. And then, so if you do have a motorhome and it's still under warranty, they do use manufacturer's guaranteed sealants as well. So that's one thing, and they're well at work inside. Right, so they're doing the 3D scanning now, so they know what they can print out. Nick is watching quite closely, see if it's things that he wants to buy.
Right, so these guys are just putting the wires through the wall for the camera on one side and then bringing it out through the back of the fridge. And then I think they're going to take it across the floor to the cab area.
Right, so he's managed to get the scan. So that'll help you print off the brackets.
Yeah, we'll be able to fit it probably.
Yeah.
Just here underneath.
Great.
So the way that it's going to work is they actually have a silhouette of the image of the van, which is like a generic thing, and then they take photos of the front, the top and the sides and then superimpose them onto the software in the van. So when you actually put it into 3D mode, it'll look like Elvis on the outside, but really it'll just be like a computer generated model. And you can switch it to any view, so forward facing view. I wonder how you do that. How you do that kind of view.
No, yeah,
where would the camera be from that? I mean, obviously it calculates it based on the two side images and that. But from the top down, it's even going to have our solar panels where they are because they take pictures. There we go. So that old camera has gone, and they're going to put a new one in. And what they're going to do is they're going to mount it on a 3D printed bracket so it stands forwards, so that when the bikes are on, we've got the view. So if they put it in where it is, it will obstruct the view straight down. So they're going to put it on an extender at the end, use the same hole, so they're not having to put any more holes in, and bring it out and then down like that. So we can see where it's going to be, where the camera will show on the road when the bikes are on.
So that's the new screen that we're going to have. 7-inch.
It gets masked, and obviously the camera's you can't see anything inside that because the camera's looking outside.
Yeah.
That. And in the 3D it's exactly the same, but we put a 3D mask around.
So this image around the outside edge is the 4 cameras
Stitched together in the horizontal plane.
Yeah, right, okay, I get it.
And then this one's a bit wackier, and we can actually take a view from anywhere around the vehicle. So even though we say there's only 39 views,
Yeah.
any of those views can be from anywhere.
Yeah.
So we've Camos have decided that 39 views is enough standard views, but actually you could have a view from anywhere.
Yeah. Right, so we're trying to keep out of these guys' ways because they're all busy doing stuff. So there's a couple of guys doing work on the outside and there's some guys working on the inside. So all the panels are off. He's currently routing the cable for the camera on the back. They're going to utilise the same hole in the back so they don't have to drill anymore. And it's on.
Yeah, the screen's on. I've just shown that. Yeah.
So there we go.
But all the wires are going to be concealed. You won't see any. Well, you'll see some trunking in there.
Just on the back of the cupboard there, just going across.
That's the
it'll be hidden with cornflakes, so it won't matter.
Yeah. So all nice and discreet.
Yep.
And
can't wait. So this is what they took a scan of the using a 3D scanner of the dashboard, and the guys in the office now are currently designing a bracket that fits onto here that they can stick the camera on, and that'll give the forward-facing view.
this is the first time we've actually seen under the bonnet of Elvis. We've never even had a reason to open it, have we?
No. Look at this, how the water goes down there in the drains and then runs out and down outside, and this one here that just drains off the windscreen.
Right, we've left the garage for a bit, and Richard and Neil have kindly said they're going to show us around the area a bit. So we're in Stamford now, and they've brought us to Burghley House. We're just going to walk around the grounds. We're not going to go in.
Wait till you friggin' see it.
But look at this. That is Burghley House.
That makes Downton Abbey look like the poor relatives.
Yeah, it's huge. As I say, we're not going in today. You can go in. As you know, if you watch our channel for a while, we love going into places like this.
Look at the lavender on the statue in the middle.
And I've just got to mention our friend Stacey over in Sarasota, who would absolutely love to go around that place. So hi, Stacey.
She'll be screaming at the TV.
Yeah, we're not going around it, unfortunately, but you can look it up, Burghley House. And these guys are going to show us around the grounds, and there's just a few nice walks here.
But I will give you some facts on it because I have looked it up in advance. It's an Elizabethan house built by William Cecil between 1955 and 1587.
And the family still live here, apparently.
The Cecil family home contains 100 rooms, 35 major rooms, 76 chimneys, and a roof spanning nearly an acre. Just an acre just for a roof. It's got massive art collection, and the grounds, the fantastic grounds.
Yeah, which we're just going to do a bit of walking around now.
Yeah. So one of the facts that I just looked on Google as well, which I didn't understand at the time, but these guys have just explained, is all the grounds were done by Capability Brown. Apparently he's like a famous gardener. And this wall here is actually, this side is to keep the animals from getting onto the grass. But on the other side, when you look at it, it becomes like an infinity pool where you can't see the ditch, you just see a continual grass.
They call it an aha.
A what?
Aha. Like you get to it like, oh, aha.
Oh.
So that's kind of like.
I thought you meant
where
aha
word
as in the
came
song.
from. Yeah, no. So we're now on Lion Bridge.
And this bridge was actually how Lion Bar got its name.
Not really.
Just joking.
No. But there's the lions on the bridge.
There's 4, there's 2 here, 2 at the other side.
You
And
can
it's quite
see the
shallow
house.
here. So apparently when they have the equestrian events in like the summer, the horses can actually go straight through the river.
Yeah.
You can see where the bank heightens there and it's quite deep on the other
Yeah.
side.
So Richard, don't know what you call him, he's an equestrian?
So that's how his company was founded, Trailer Vision.
Yeah.
So it's having a camera in the back of a horse box, and that's how he started out.
Yeah.
But now they do motorhome installations for.
And they still do trailer
They do
boxes
still
as
do
well
it, yeah.
for horse.
But that's how it
horse
was
boxes.
founded.
And you can just see the house there. I think one day we need to put it on our list to come into this house.
Maybe on the way back.
Yeah. Right, we've come to look at the deer. Look at all those. So when we're at the lodge, we see the odd one every now and again. Look at them. There's loads. Let me zoom in. And they're obviously they're used to humans because they're not running off like they do at the lodge. Oh, they're running. Oh, look at the white ones.
They look just like Bambi, don't they?
The brown ones do, yeah.
Let me see if I can get a picture.
Aww. I wish they were that timid at the lodge.
They're different kind of deer at the lodge,
Yeah.
they're not the same as that. We've come to the shop, Lee's having a look at the merch, and we were just in this courtyard here, and it just reminds us of something you would see in like France or the Mediterranean. Orangery up there, and then I don't know whether this is part of the house but there's more that way and more that way, and it's absolutely huge. But I suppose I better go and get him out of the shop. He'll be buying this rug if I don't.
You weren't supposed to buy in the shop, you were just supposed to peruse.
Who said? I'm buying that. I hate the fact that it says lavender, but it doesn't smell like lavender. It smells amazing.
We've already got a smell for Elvis.
It's for lodge. And just in case it's too hot in Europe and it evaporates, I'll have a spare. Don't want to be caught short.
Right, so we've just come to look at the orangery, where you can eat food. We're not eating here because the guys have got somewhere else for us to try, but thought I'd just show you if you're ever here. That is the orangery at Burghley House, which looks very nice. Look at the windows.
That's modernised, that.
Yeah. Right, so the guys have brought us to the George Hotel, Stamford.
This is our
Nick's
table.
going to show you. Yeah, that's our table.
That's our table. So we're waiting for 1 or 2 other people to turn up.
It's not
Oh,
really.
they're joking.
But we're going to have a look.
But each of the
around.
rooms look amazing.
We're going to the York Bar.
Right, that food was amazing, and they just brought us in to show us this other restaurant, which looks like a big greenhouse type garden centre, but oh my god. So many lounges, and this is a hotel apparently. It's a George's Hotel in Stamford.
This is the lounge on the way out. So we've just had. Very nice. We've just had a beautiful.
Fire at Christmas.
Oh, I know. I bet it's amazing in here at Christmas. We've just had a beautiful lunch. Nick had. What did you have?
Cheese sandwich.
Cheese sandwich. I had a ham
Strong
sandwich
cheese, actually.
with chips. And then the guys are going to show us a filming location in Stamford.
Not
We've
my
got to
goodness,
guess.
it's usually me that
We've got to guess the
guesses it.
series. So the hotel where we've just been, the main block, was erected in 1597 by Lord Burley. Right, so it's here. Nick's already guessed Bridgerton.
Yeah, but that were wrong. And I've never seen Bridgerton, so.
Gentleman Jack.
No, Gentleman Jack was filmed in New York.
Yeah.
So this scene here.
Yeah, this view from looking down this way towards this house. There would have been more of these lamps, probably.
It's a series, apparently.
Street lamps on
A
there.
British
It's a
series.
series.
Yeah, it was a period drama.
Oh,
Upstairs, downstairs. That's the only one I know.
that's going back a bit.
Not
It's
Downton.
older, isn't it? It's older than Downton.
Which clue? What's period dramas? Poldark?
Yeah, that's a period drama. It wasn't Poldark.
I'm the clue. I only watched
I
Downton.
bet we've not watched it. Go on then, go
We'll
on.
be doing.
I'll have to Google it, I don't know what it is.
So I could have said anything then. You could have.
Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, Pride and Prejudice.
Oh no, I've
Oh,
never
no, we
seen
haven't
it.
seen
Pride
that.
and Prejudice.
Is that with Colin Firth? Is that the series?
Yeah, the series, yeah.
Yeah, we've never seen that, have we?
No, but let us know in the comments below if you recognise that.
We've just Googled it, and it was a Pride and Prejudice film in 2005, but we're still not seeing that.
Actually, it's in The Crown as well.
Oh, really?
St Mary's Place in Stamford, Lincolnshire, has been linked to the filming of the TV series The Crown.
Oh, but we have watched that.
I've still not got that.
So we're just making our way around Stamford, and it's absolutely beautiful. Nick just said,
It's like the Cotswolds.
we wouldn't have known about this place had we not come. And I said to Nick, well, yes, we need to continue exploring the UK after Europe. So it's beautiful. It's like the Cotswolds. Neil and Richard have just gone in here
It's all
for some bread.
like limestone, everything's like a clean stone.
Café au chocolat. Cafe. Beautiful,
The
yeah.
weather's just like Europe as well.
Well, yeah, that's helping, obviously. Look how lovely the main shopping street is. All the shops behind us, and Nick's just been to the White Company. He didn't purchase anything.
I was warned off.
Well, you just bought a diffuser.
Nothing wrong with buying diffusers.
And it's just a beautiful day. I think it's about 25 degrees today.
It's probably warmer than that, actually.
Right, we've now made our way into Peterborough, and behind me, as you can see, is Peterborough Cathedral. And I've got a few facts about it. Thanks to Gemini.
Thanks, Gemini.
It's the burial place of two queens. It's the final resting place of Catherine of Aragon, the first wife of King Henry VIII, and Mary, Queen of Scots.
She the second wife?
I'm not sure.
Neither do I don't know.
Magnificent Norman architecture, a unique painted nave ceiling, which we may see if we go inside, dramatic west front. The Great West Front, completed around 1238, is a stunning and iconic example of early English Gothic architecture, and it's got a long history of worship. There's been a place of Christian worship on the site of Peterborough Cathedral since the 7th century, and the original monastery was founded in 654 AD.
And apparently last year they had an Ibiza-style music concert inside,
Yes, and
which Richard and Neil went to.
it's free to go around, which is unusual, and that's why they do things like concerts and events to keep money coming in for the upkeep.
So around the cathedral there's these houses. I can only presume at some point they were like the caretakers of the cathedral.
I think it's the ministers' houses or something like that.
Yeah, it looks like it's associated. And there's some on this side as well, like going all the way down here to the arch that actually leads into the town centre. And then here, they've got this huge book.
Is the itinerary of what's going on in the next... well, actually, no, that's...
What, Martin Kemp doing his 80s night?
No, exactly, yeah. That's what's went on in the past. But yes, what's on at the cathedral? Look at that. We've got Star Wars, Feel the Force Day.
Can you imagine having that noise inside, like a concert with all the Star Wars music in there?
So, the only fully inclusive and accessible film and TV convention in the world. And yes, back to the 80s.
Unfortunately, we've missed it because it was on the 17th of May.
Yeah. But I was just saying, it's great that they do things like that. You know, obviously to keep money coming in, but I mean, it's a great venue inside to listen to music.
Especially on a night.
Yeah.
So we're inside and it looks very, very similar to Beverley Minster. The same kind of central things with the passages down the side and the big stone pillars. And then here, down the side, you've got, if it's the same as Beverley, you have like tombstones on the wall. Have you noticed how there's no stained glass in the windows?
Yeah.
That's quite unusual for a cathedral. It's like it's all been removed. Or, I mean, there is some colour in there, but
Not much.
not much. Right, so we did Google it, and apparently all the stained glass was damaged in 1643.
Most of it.
There is a little bit down at the far end, but all the sides, all the glass has just been replaced with plain glass. Due to, like Lee said, the English Civil War, it was damaged. Usually they would do like a renovation and restore all that, but they haven't. I mean, yeah, there is some at the ends, like the altar side here, and then at the far end here, and then bits here, but all these main sides, all down here, and the other side there is none. So here is the
former burial ground of Mary, the Queen of Scots. She's actually in Westminster Abbey now in London and was moved there in 1612, but this concrete slab here was presumably her headstone, and all that's remaining is just a sign that says former burial ground, burial place of Mary, Queen of Scots. However, we've still got to see Catherine of Aragon. Just thought I would share something quite interesting and probably boring for everybody else, but this is one of the boilers for the heating system. Or I'm completely mistaken and it's, I don't know, something else, but it's got a chimney and there's one on this side and one on the other side. Looks like a boiler, doesn't it? And it's protected from you touching it from the heat. Maybe it's the Queen's boiler. And then here. So this is Catherine of Aragon, who was Henry VIII's first wife, and she must like pomegranates because she's got some that's been laid on her grave. So there we go. So apparently the pomegranates are actually symbolising where she was actually where she was from in Spain. So there we go. And there is a little card on there that's, I think it's like a poem, and it says how to cut a pomegranate, and then it's, I think it is a poem. Actually, it's instructions on how to cut a pomegranate.
Used Google again.
Again, we were just joking. Everything comes from Google.
It costs £6,000 per day approximately to run Peterborough Cathedral, and I also looked at York Minster. That's £30,000 per day. Right, we're back in the garage. We're just going to have a quick update as to what's gone on and what's been fitted before we head over to our hotel, and then we're back here tomorrow to pick Elvis up when it's all finished. So let's have a look. Let's have a look around. So there's more things off Elvis there. And we have a camera up here. So there's one on the other side as well. And then we will have one there, which is replacing the one that was fitted with the camera, with the van. And another camera is going to go on there. So that'll be the back camera.
I'm just going to take screen stills of all this because at some point I might take all this out when I'm doing stuff. But there we go. It's in. Now I knew this would happen, so I brought spare pads, so we're going to have to move the dash cam and we'll probably put it on there because the camera on it swivels, so that's fine, that's not a problem. And I put enough cable into the roof to be able to make the adjustments. So these are the covers, or the caps.
For the cameras.
For the cameras. So that's going to go on the back with the white sort of plinth on it that sits forward. Right, so we are in our hotel. We went back to the yard to look at Elvis, spoke to the guys that are doing the work, had a look round, see what they've done, and we're going to go back there tomorrow morning. So we've checked into our hotel, Richard dropped us off, and Richard and Neil are going to take us out tonight. We're going to go for a meal, and just kind of talk about travel and van life, because those guys are buying a van as well, and they're going to be travelling. They like to go skiing.
They kindly showed us around Stamford, which was absolutely beautiful, and Peterborough with the cathedral, which was amazing. So
Stamford was my favourite.
Yes, absolutely.
It felt like Bath and the Cotswolds mixed together.
Let's turn around so we're not orange.
Yeah.
For some natural light.
So this hotel that we're in is the Milestone Hotel. It's just off the A1.
It used to be a Premier Inn.
It's still got the Premier Inn bed, still got the Premier Inn curtains, and it's still got the Premier Inn signs, but it's a Best Western now.
All right.
We're on the ground floor. Lee was trying to bag a free upgrade. It was like,
no,
any of the rooms? Yes, you are. I know what you were angling at.
Got aircon, and she goes, no. And I said, well, have you got any rooms with aircon? And they were like, no.
Well, they said they do, but they're renovating them all upstairs.
No, it said your room's got a fan in it. I'm like, oh, that's great.
We haven't found it yet.
No fan in here. But to be fair, it's actually not quite.
It's cool.
It's actually, let me have a look at my watch, 26 degrees outside.
Not in here.
Quite cool in here. It's had no sun, obviously. So yeah, it's a nice room. So we're going out for a meal. Looking forward to that. Maybe have a little drink of wine.
Oh yes, I'm going to have a glass of Pinot Noir, and apparently Neil has a wine collection.
Yes, which will make it.
So we'll be discussing wines and probably tasting a few.
Well,
so
I'm very knowledgeable on wine. All I know is I like a glass of Pinot Noir.
Is that your knowledge?
Yeah.
And he can speak French. If it's French wine, he can speak French.
Oh, of course, whatever.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, they're due to what time is it?
6:10.
So they're picking us up at 6:30. We're going to go down to reception. Maybe grab a small glass of Pinot Noir before they get here.
6:30 at night, 26 degrees. It's blowing beautiful, and it's supposed to get up to 30 degrees by the end of the week. And we should hopefully be in France by then. So hopefully it's going to be just as nice down there. And as I'm talking, our taxi has arrived, our collection.
Right, so we've arrived at where we're eating tonight. It's called the Tap and Kitchen, and it's right next to a brewery.
which unfortunately is closed, but I'm told that this place serves the local beers. So I might partake. Oh, I like this in here. It reminds me of the pub in Disney. Do you know what I mean? That restaurant in in Hotel Cheyenne.
Menu of beers over here.
There's absolutely no way I'm putting that in my mouth.
Lemon.
No,
It's an oyster.
you can do it.
Yeah, but what
I'm
do
filming it. You can do it.
What do you do though? Do you chew it or what?
You don't have to just straight down, or you can press it on your.
Oh,
Yeah, in and swallow.
Let me see
Try
how
it.
you eat it.
You might like it. I think it's the aftertaste. It's for the aftertaste. It's not the
no, I'm not sold on it at all.
oyster going down. It's the aftertaste.
It's
And it's all this. It's this that you're tasting. Whatever.
it looks too much like a cold. You know what I mean?
I don't like. I'm not. No, I'm not.
That's one thing that I would never ever try, and probably never will. Oh, look at it moving. No thanks. I've gone for scallops, and Lee's abstaining.
It's like something from Alien 3.
It is.
So this was our view for dinner tonight. Beautiful view, and we're on our own at the moment, but there has been other people here. This was our table, and we're just leaving.
Good morning, guys. It is the next morning, and we got distracted last night, and we were just socialising all night, and we had a lovely meal. I had scallops, which tasted very fishy. Richard tried to get us to try oysters. We were both having none of it,
Yes, we thought we
which was just like bogies.
Film that bit. There's no chance.
The oyster, I'm going to say the scallops were delicious. My risotto was amazing. It had like prawns, asparagus, and then it was like a tuna steak on top. And what was it called? It was like a kingfish. It was more like tuna, like half white flakes and half tuna, which was very strange because I don't usually have tuna. Anyway, and then we sat in the sun and we had beers for a couple of hours. And
aubergine,
Lee had aubergine.
which was very nice.
Yeah, looked like, well, I won't tell you what it looked like, but it looked very colourful, but it had this big purple dish they ate it in. And then I had a honey and salted caramel tart, which was amazing. And then those guys, we went back to their house. They showed us their sort of equestrian land and things like that, because Richard does a lot of equestrian stuff. And we had a glass of wine, and then they dropped us back at the hotel. And literally the worst night's sleep ever, because the bed is so squidgy and soft. We got twin beds as well. It was squidgy and soft, and it was baking hot in here. We still can't find the fan. And we're going to go down for breakfast, because when I booked the hotel, it was included in the room. So Lee's like, I can't believe you're thinking about food. And I'm like, well, we've already paid for it, so we're going to go and at least have a look. Maybe get some fruit and take it back to the van or something like that for later. And then we're going to text those guys, arrange for them to come and pick us up, and then we're going to go and watch the engineers fit the final bits of the camera, and then we're going to do all the testing on it. And then, later on today, we're going to go see our friend Lisa, pick up some stuff that we've ordered from Amazon, and then head down towards Dover. So tonight, we may end up on the ferry to France, and then stay in a camping car parked in France until tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen yet.
Or in a car park in Dover.
Or in a car park in Dover. So all depends on timings today and where we are as to where we'll end up tonight. But who knows? That's the beauty of van life. You don't know where you're going to be from the morning to the evening. You never know.
Just a light breakfast for me. And Nick's just had a little bit of bacon. Yeah, just that. Well, we had a lot of food last night. It was lovely.
I know, but
Are you going back?
typical Brits.
Are you going back for your
pay for a
second?
breakfast, but you're hungry or not, you come for it.
Right, nice breakfast, and we're now going to go and head out. And we've got a few things to do today, so it's going to be a busy day, and we want to update you guys and ourselves on the cameras.
Can't wait to. The thing that I'm looking forward to the most is having a rear view mirror.
Yeah.
It might seem like a trivial thing, but when you're driving a big long van and you instinctively look up to see if there's anything behind you, so that's the feature that I'm looking forward to the most. The reversing, I'm also looking forward to, which means Lee can drive Elvis without going over the curbs.
Such an old joke. I can drive.
Wait a minute, you told me the other day that you went over a curb in Ben and David's van.
Come on.
Right, so we're back in the unit, and the other camera on this side is going in. It's going to have like a silver trim on it, but he's just going to get the sealant to put that in. And then, let's have a look at the one on the grill at the front, shall we?
Oh yeah. yes, I've seen it. It's already on at the grill.
Let's have a look. Wow. It's unbelievable that that didn't exist yesterday, that bit there. So that's what they 3D printed.
And that's what he scanned the whole...
Scanned the whole thing, and then he created this plinth at the back and put a texture on it, and then the camera's been mounted to that. So that will create this view, and then there'll be one on either side of the van, that side, and the back, and it will create this 180-degree image. Right, so he's just sealing it on. Right, so the casing's gone on, the silver casing. So we had to choose the colour of these, and we went with silver on the outside because it's the closest to white. And we're just putting the caps on, and then at some point they're going to connect it all up and we'll see how it works. This is the graphics that's going to overlay the model in the processing unit, like the computer. And as you can see, it's got our solar panels. Oh, is that our logo there as well? Yeah, it has. It's got our logo on the aircon unit. So that'll get downloaded. So when you see that on the screen in the software, it will be a 3D model and it'll look like a picture of Elvis. So this is the top-down view that you will actually see on the graphic that's going to be uploaded. So whenever we're reversing, we'll be able to see all the 4 cameras around the outside, and that will be Elvis from the top.
Put on the mask, and now I just need to make sure it fits over that.
So that's the trunking. That's the only bit we'll see inside.
Yeah. Yep, and that'll be hidden with cornflakes. So
yeah. Nick's now jealous of all the work benches and workstations. This is what you need, isn't it?
yeah, I also need somebody to keep it tidy as well.
I always keep it tidy, but
How come every time we do something we lose tools?
we need a garage, just like this.
One's going to be on the front. You have like a table.
So that's the camera on the back. We went for silver. Silver at the back and around the sides, and a black one on the front.
It's so much more discreet than the old one, isn't it?
Yeah, and then that's the 3D printed holder that they printed off. There it is, all fitted. Right, the guys at the garage have still got a few more hours left until they're finished with Elvis. So Neil and Richard have brought us down to Brookland Water, which is the largest reservoir in England, in the UK, I think, which I'll show you in a moment. We've got some facts about it as well.
The best one is the fact that underneath it there's actually an old village, and you can actually see a church that sticks out of the water, which was actually saved from demolition when they built the reservoir in 1975. And I don't know whether that's it. We can see something sticking out.
At the moment. We're going to have an explore. Let me show you around what we can see. So here's the reservoir.
There is something there, but that might be like a drain tower.
Yeah, I think it is.
Some baby chicks.
Yeah, some baby chicks here. And it's got its own little beach here. So people just coming down and relaxing and chilling. And we're just going to have a little explore. Hopefully there's a cafe. So apparently here they found the largest and most complete ichthyosaur fossil found in the UK today. I've never heard of it. Ichthyosaur.
Is that how it's
10 metres.
Ichthyosaur.
Eh?
Ichthyosaur.
Ichthyosaur, maybe, yeah.
So this is the only visible remnant of the villages that were actually underwater. It was preserved in 1975 when the thing was built, and this actually just partially flooded. But the villages that are actually under the water, all the villages were knocked down. There were 2 hamlets, 2 little tiny villages, and they were knocked down before the village was flooded. So you won't actually see any sort of houses if they ever drained it off, but that's still visible there. And you can get wed there.
Get married. Right, we've come for lunch at the Finch's Arms.
Did you not get enough for breakfast?
No, I didn't have much for breakfast. Oh, so you're not eating, right? Yeah?
I'm eating light.
Nick's just ordered a focaccia bread, and I'm not sure you've noticed actually yet. Look at the butter that's come with it. and then this we're going to share as well.
Are they like little
open
sweet
bagel.
peppers?
Yeah,
like
I think so.
Sweet pepper.
We're just waiting for some chunky chips as well. But Nick's not hungry, so he's not going to eat any of it.
Right, we're back, and the guys are just waiting for us to get back so they can do the calibration. But the unit's on. I'll show you what it looks like. So I presume this at the minute is running off the leisure battery. The quality on that screen compared to the other one is amazing. Now, it's not had the images downloaded onto it yet, and it's not been calibrated, so they're going to do that with us now and then show us how to operate it on the little switch, which is just there.
Right, so they're just putting this mat down, which determines the vehicle size. And
It's all part of the calibration
yeah.
that they do as part of the install.
And then,
It's not something we'd have to do after.
No.
Once it's calibrated.
This is just to show you guys, anybody that's interested in this kind of stuff, this is what they do, and they've got to allow for room at the back. Well, it was our choice. We either had because we've got the bicycle rack,
Well, you
they
can just see
make an
folded up
allowance.
there, won't
Yeah.
you? But obviously they're going to change the image, and we're going to calibrate it so the bike rack is always open.
Yeah.
So it gives us worst case scenario, but
Yeah.
we'll always be able to see and push it a little bit further if it's folded up.
So as you saw yesterday earlier in the vlog, you could either have it there, or if you don't have a room, or if you don't want it there, you can have it on the dashboard as well. We chose to have it there.
If you don't have that one, you've got the option of a bigger one.
The big one that we showed you, yeah, but it was too cramped on our dashboard. But
The problem with our van is you're high up, and it's already a small screen.
yeah, so,
So we didn't want to obstruct any more
so
view,
it's
so
just
we went for
perfect
the
there.
replacement there.
So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna use the USB stick to capture the images of all 4 cameras. I'm gonna put it in. Now we need to make sure all triangles is in the red circles.
All what, sorry? All the triangles?
Yeah, triangles.
Right, okay.
It needs to be in the red circles.
Okay.
So what I need to do now is straighten the vehicle up.
Yeah, okay.
And then we can adjust the mats and go closer further out.
So these triangles on those 4 images, there needs to be 1 in each image. So he's kind of moving everything around. Like there's one at the back there, he's currently moving the map, and then that will be used to calibrate the software. I'm not sure I fully understand it, but I'm just kind of watching these guys in complete amazement.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna capture the images. So once that is done, that's it, we can switch it off, take the USB stick out and go and use the PC to calibrate it.
So these guys are calibrating it now. Again, I'm not sure what this entails, but we'll just watch in amazement.
So now what I need to make sure, the points are correct and straight.
Okay.
So same point of reference for all the cameras. So we're looking at exactly the same spot.
So it lines the images was on all 4 directions.
exactly,
Yeah, okay.
So the blended area is as good as it can be.
Do you want to leave the bike rack showing up? Do you want to
Yeah,
cover it up?
yeah.
Do you want to show?
Yeah. Can we do it with it folded down so I can always see that?
Yeah, it's fine as it is. I can
It's
move the
live.
image. I'm gonna add graphics.
So these are the one that you did on Photoshop earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go 2D.
Just less than to the edge of the mat. It's not quite to the edge of the mat.
There's
Maybe
Elvis
actually
in 3D.
It's even got the colours, the colour of the graphics on the back as well.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a cool part. That's, yeah, I mean, it's a Ducato, but it's,
Yeah.
with the graphic on top, it looks like a boxer.
Top view. So now each view needs to be.
Yeah, that's it only goes up to the mats, the bike rack when it's out.
Up to the mat.
Yeah, up to the mat, yeah.
So when he's done all this, you would save it and put the dongle back in and transfer all the settings into the system.
Exactly, and we
Yep.
keep a copy of it, and the system is really good. This one, it remembers, so
Yep.
you can just put it straight back in again and tweak it.
Yeah.
We don't have to go through the
Yeah.
let's put all the process again. Just put it in how we left, how you've got it,
Yep.
and you just tweak it as you go into it.
Let's focus that. Out.
So all the measurement settings are just being uploaded now rather than
Correct. All the views measurements.
the... Okay.
And now we're gonna upload the views file. So this is your basic views.
Yep.
And I'm gonna upload the ones we think is most usable. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna quickly cycle through the views.
Yep.
Make sure everything is okay.
So we would use that one as a rear view mirror.
You can, yeah, you can select different views when you drive,
Yeah.
but your default driving view is going to be this.
Right.
The
Okay.
camera looking back for oncoming traffic and 360.
Yeah.
But then when you drive, yeah, you can select different views. It's your driving views basically. And that's what people use as CCTV when they park up,
Yeah.
run from the leisure battery. So 360 individual 4 cameras.
So the driving view always has to have the picture of the motorhome on the
360.
left.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah. We can change it, but that's what normally comes out.
Yeah.
And then we got indicators, left indicator, view 1, this is the default view. You press the button, you can select different view now. So it's 3 different views on each trigger.
Right. Okay.
And the right one. Okay, then we got hazards. Hazards is full top, this is the door.
Yep.
We got a shadow there. Front camera, normal driving view, and then we got reverse. So this is a reverse view, 360 and camera looking back,
Yep.
down. I'm gonna need to put the bikes on to make sure you can see correctly. So this is your default view, 360 and the camera looking back, oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
When you drive, you can change the views with the key box, as we talked about earlier.
The top button.
Yeah, top
Yeah.
button. So you can have 5 different views.
So when we drive, we want to have it on the reverse, which is that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can have either. And then when you indicate, if you indicate left, for example, left camera comes on with 360, and
Okay.
if you use the key box, the top button, you got 2 additional views. You can have side view,
Okay.
and you can have top view as well.
Right.
And then we got reverse. If you go into reverse, it's the
Yep.
camera looking down with the parking guides and 360, and then you got 2 additional views with the keyboards. So you have 270 3D and full D as well
Yep.
in reverse. So then we have a remote.
Okay.
With the remote, we can access the recordings, change all the settings, and check space and format memory cards and
Okay.
stuff. So, if you, what the buttons are going to be using is a menu, okay, and arrows.
Yep.
So access the menu, you press menu. You got the playlist.
Mhm.
You press OK on the playlist. It's all recordings.
So these are the files that when you open in VLC, it will show you the 4 images.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So each file is about 2 minutes long, stamped by date and time.
Okay.
So you can select the one you want. For example, this, and press OK. It will show you the recordings in quad view, but
Yeah.
if you press OK again,
Just
you
zooms
can
in on
zoom
one.
in and then use arrows, select individual cameras.
Okay. Yep.
So this is how you can view it. To download the footage, if something happened, down here is a SD card slot.
Okay.
You push it in and SD card pops out.
Okay.
And then you put it on your laptop and use VLC media player
Yep.
to view it.
Okay.
This side, as you've seen, you have to put the piece of trunk in there
Yep.
at the top.
That just looks like it always been there.
So yeah, entry point is sealed, obviously sealed.
Yep.
And then goes behind the microwave, down here, underneath the bed, into OEM trunking
Yep.
or conduit,
Yep.
behind the pillar, behind the seat, underneath the step, behind the dash, into the ECU.
And the same on that side from that step.
And that goes, yeah,
Yeah.
behind the step, underneath the dash,
Okay.
into ECU. So everything being hidden.
Perfect.
Oh, it's bliss. We're on his way.
And I can see, look, I'm not going to hit that curb there. Right, next stop is Cambridge.
Right, so thanks to those guys for providing that service for us. You'll see that in many of our upcoming videos, I have no doubt, because it's absolutely amazing. So if you guys want to check those guys out, or fancy it for your own motorhome or caravan or
Truck.
truck,
Horse box.
etc., they can put them on all those kind of vehicles, and they've given us a discount for you guys. So there's a QR code which should be on the screen now, and there's details in the description below, and they've given us a code for £150 off the installation of that and other things that they do. So the code to use on their website is TLG150. That's TLG150 for the Lodge Guys 150. So go check those guys out, and as we're going, I'll keep showing you more and more of that and how it's benefited us. So you can buy that yourself and fit it yourself, but I mean, it's taken them 2 days to put that in, and they've done it perfectly by the looks of it, so I would always go with fitting as well. On to our friend Lisa's, just to pick some Amazon parcels up that we had delivered to her house, and then on our way to Dover. It's a little bit dark in here for me to show you, but how is it, Nick, having a rear view mirror?
Oh, it's amazing. Well, ever since we've had Elvis, I've kept looking up to the old one that was in, and it only ever showed you the down view. This one is like, I mean, look at that car behind us now.
Proper rear view mirror.
And the guides are calibrated so that the end of the bike rack is the red, but when the bike rack's folded up, it'll give us a little bit more lead room. But even though I can't actually see what I'm reversing into, the red's the like no further zone.
Right, we've called off at our friend Lisa's. We've got all our things from Amazon that she kindly got for us. Didn't do any vlogging there because we're just busy having a catch up and a little chat and fussing Little Blossom. So we are now headed to Dover, which is 2 hours 25 minutes plus another about half an hour because we're in a van. So we'll get there about 8 o'clock. So we're just going to make the decision how we feel in about an hour's time, or so, whether we get the ferry to Dover tonight because we can still book it. I had a look. Or whether we just stop in a CL or a park up down there or a Britstop, whatever. There's been lots of noises from Nick like, oh my god, it's amazing. This is absolutely amazing.
Just used it for reversing for the first time.
Yeah, we've just used it to reverse out of Lisa's street, and it was amazing. You didn't even look at the left or right, you were just looking at the...
to be fair, I used the top down view for that, because I could see the trees and the bushes and stuff.
So right, we'll be back to you in a while. So we are about an hour away from Dover, and I'm going to finish the vlog, so join us on the next vlog to see what we decide, whether we're going to stay in Dover or head to France. But the next vlog will be our travel day to France, no matter what do we decide. And we're going to head to Disneyland Paris, where we're going to go into the car park there to stay with Elvis, our motorhome, for the first time. We've done it before, but we'll show you guys if you ever want to fancy drive into Disneyland Paris and parking there with your motorhome camper van, or even car maybe. We'll show you where you park, all the etiquette to it, etc. And then we'll show you us getting our tickets for Disneyland Paris, because we don't have any at the moment. So that's all coming in the next vlog. So thanks for watching today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the installation of the cameras. And if you do want to check out those guys, please go and have a look at their website. They're an absolutely fantastic company, such lovely guys, and they've done a superb job. All the details are down in the description below. Their company's called Calibration. So go check them out. They've got Instagram, they've got website, etc. And we'll see you on the next vlog.
Bye for now.
Bye.